Traveling towards Edmond, Oklahoma, the lounge sits right off of Route 66.
We are the first restaurant coming off the highway, so you don't really have to go in town. You can get off and get on.
Eddie Wren opened the Lounge Craft Kitchen and Cocktails. It's a family-owned and operated restaurant that's upscale yet very mellow.
Kind of a modern vibe restaurant that was relaxed. So you can come in here in a polo, you can come in here in a hooded sweatshirt, or you can come in here, in a suit after, on the way to a nice date. So I want to create a place that was less kind of stuffy, but you want to catch up with some old friends and sit here for hours in an environment where the music's kind of in the background versus the foreground.
He designed the restaurant from memories of his childhood, family gatherings in the basement in upstate New York. From the furniture to the framed items on the walls, everything dates back to a time and story. He also pays tribute to his grandfather, Eddie Wren I.
He was my idol, and so him and my Uncle Lane, they ran a wholesale florist in upstate New York, and on the side we ran food carts. So now I have a food truck, and it kind of reminds me of like back in the day when food carts became modern day food trucks. Well, you can tell when there's a lot of love in a restaurant, and we work really hard. We're not perfect, but we try to be. But you can tell when you eat here, the service is genuine.
Eddie says the lounge is a true scratch kitchen. No freezer, no microwave. The fresh food is prepared and cooked day of, by hand.
The day I stop cooking my own ribs or chopping my own lettuce, I'll get out of the business. I personally don't like to dine out where there's the menu is a book. I wanted to focus in on 14 items. We have weekly chef specials. We have some signature stuff. Our duck, and I'll be honest with you, I wasn't a huge fan of duck until the way our chefs prepare it. Medium, it's phenomenal. I hand cut most of the steaks. Josh Raines is our executive chef. He is awesome at cutting steaks, so I learn a little bit from him too. We take the whole loin, we cut our tomahawks, we cut our fillets. The interesting thing is with the ribeye and the fillet, we have extra left over. So we'll take the trim, we call it, and that becomes our burger. We have a killer burger.
Opened in 2021, the lounge already has a following. The regulars love coming here for the cozy environment, the conversations, and the food that's cooked from scratch.
Everything's great. Anything I've tried here has been fabulous. So whether it be an appetizer or a main dish, everything's great.
I think everything is seasoned really well and just really has a lot of flavor. But then the entrees and the salads, all the ingredients are really fresh and just they're kind of unique, and they put their own flair on it.
Like the hash browns, I would definitely recommend those. They're really good, they're really filling. And the duck, I really like the duck, yeah. So I'd recommend the duck for sure.
Must eat would be Chilean sea bass. If you've had our Chilean sea bass, it's one of my favorite. It's not huge, but it's really rich. Our portions are pretty big for what you get here, though, because it's Oklahoma, and you're going to get homemade mashed potatoes. I guarantee you that here. And I'm a food snob with mashed potatoes. I can tell right away if they're not from scratch.
Even the cocktails at the bar are uniquely mixed. The lounge is open to 18 and older, and reservations are highly recommended. That's because tables are taken up fast, as well as the homemade desserts. In Edmond, Oklahoma, Quin Tran for Discover Oklahoma.
Here's how to find out more about this great Oklahoma destination. As always, travelok.com is your best one-stop shop for information about all Oklahoma has to offer. Please press like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications.